Hey everyone, I'm Clue. Welcome back to some more Flesh and Blood. So I think going forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play every hero for a couple games, maybe 3 or 4, just in Blitz format. I did initially think that Constructed had better or different hero abilities, but they don't. They're the same. The only thing that's different is the HP pool and the deck size. So I think Blitz is definitely the better format for people who want to discover the game and learn how to play. And essentially what I want to do is I still want to construct my own deck for each hero, as crazy as that sounds, because I think there's about 30 that are legal, because I'll pass on the non-legal characters, I guess, because I do want to play it in a sort of competitive sense going forward. So yeah, I'm going to just tackle each hero alphabetically, come up with a deck I like, that's interesting, and then yeah, play it for maybe 3 or 4 games just to get a feel for every character and try to learn to play Flesh and Blood as an all-rounder, I guess. But anyway, so we're going to start with Arakni, the assassin hero. And yeah, I'm going to build a deck and then we'll head into some games. So I think the best place to start for deck construction is to look at all the cards that are unique to the hero. And when I say unique, I mean they don't have multiple pitch. So there's only one variety. There's not a red, yellow, and blue. So all these cards only have a single variant. Leave No Witness, Razor's Edge, Eradicate, Payday, Regicide, and Surgical Extraction. Because these are sort of going to be the most powerful cards, or the most unique cards around the hero, and that sort of gives you a feel of the deck you're trying to construct. So, yeah, definitely a good starting point. Already, I think we want to make a cash-in. Am I remembering that right? Yeah, cash-in. You may destroy 4 copper, 2 silver, or 1 gold. Control rather than pay its cost, draw 2 cards, and go again. So we create a bunch of these silver tokens. It's sort of our gimmick is to banish an opponent's card and create silver tokens, which means that cash in is perfect for that. In fact, obviously I'm just going to type in keywords. There's a few ones. So for instance, this has a stealth is an important part of us, and then of course the silver token. So any cards that make use of those, I'm sort of going to add. Oh, interesting. So this card is from the upcoming set, Outsiders. See how it's got OUT 042 down the bottom there? So I have no idea why it's in the pool, and it's not actually a unique variant. I'm assuming there's going to be 3 of each. This is just what's been shown. Because I was looking, and there is no stealth cards. So stealth must be sort of a balancing mechanic. Because I do hear or see a lot that Arakni is sort of underpowered or undervalued. So being able to make sure your attacks hit so you can actually use their effects of contract is going to be a big thing. So yeah, interesting to see that stealth is up and coming, but I can take that out of the deck and we can build a different style. This is another interesting thing. So our weapon choice is either Spider's Bite, which is his preferred weapon, or Talishare. And why I say this is interesting, because this goes back to something I said in one of the other episodes with the Emperor, is there's not a lot of cross-class synergy, meaning that there is nothing that really overlaps or allows you to pull from what another character can do. And while it's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing, because obviously he's come out and everyone has to play the same template. There's not a lot of customization for him yet. Like, it would have been nice to see at least, 2 weapons. Obviously not Talishare, but maybe a 2-handed weapon that actually fits, the assassin class, and just a bit more variety, because it feels kind of bad that you have to run the same thing. And I think, thinking about it, Spider's Bite with the Quicksilver daggers that are only warrior would have been perfect, because the Quicksilver dagger gains go again if your other weapon has go again. So all of a sudden you've got once per turn action 2 attack for 1, and then the Quicksilver dagger once per turn action attack for 1. And that sort of allows you to combo your weapons a lot better. Anyway, just a tidbit. I also think going forward that these Null Rune equipment needs to be banned. Simply, I don't understand, because I thought they were a variety that came out latest, but they came out with Arcane Rising, and they are by far the best, arcane damage ability. So I don't understand why they would create these variants if they're still going to allow the Null Rune gloves to be played. Because there's no reason to run like Quelling Sleeves, because they have the same effect, but Quelling Sleeves are destroyed, so you're going to get 1 use, whereas Null Rune are permanent. And then similarly, the Spell Parade, you don't have to pay, but it's destroyed. So it's a little bit more competitive because obviously you don't have to lose a card to negate the damage. So in a high tempo deck, you'd probably want this instead so you can keep your cards to attack. But yeah, it's just interesting to me that they've tried to tweak the design, but they haven't actually done anything to remove this card's playability. And obviously the only way around that would be to ban it. As for chesters, there's not really any good choices for the assassin again, which kind of sucks. Obviously, Ferendale's Spring Tunic is going to be the best in slot. It just has by far the best renewable energy mechanic out of everything available to us. I am tempted just to run Mulnelrune, just to prevent arcane damage and obviously make the deck a bit cheaper, because they're like $200. A Ferendale Spring Tunic, even like the lesser variety. So it's not something that everyone's going to be able to come across. And obviously I would like a decently economic deck, so to speak. So yeah, I think I'll just stick with Nelrune. And then if we really need the extra resources, I'll swap to something like the Blood Drop Bricard or Blossom of Spring. I'll probably try and stay away from the really expensive cards for a bit. Man, I'm definitely falling in love with deck construction for Flesh and Blood. Just this idea of between balancing the different colors. So obviously you've got 3 varieties of most cards, and they just have slight tweaks to their damage, their defense, and I don't necessarily think they're cost right. Yeah, so like Slay the Scholars. It deals 2, but we can pitch it for 3. On yellow, it deals 3, but we can only pitch it for 2, and then obviously red deals 4, but pitches for 1. So this card's whole mechanic is to hit. So ideally, we want it to have the strongest damage. So ideally, we'd want the red variety. But at the same time, you've got to think about, well, this card will eventually be a dead card if my cost basis is too high. So should I go for the in-between and grab the yellow versions? And it's just a cool concept between balancing these slight alterations to the cards. I know I also hear a lot of things like there's so many varieties of each card, but it's not like Magic where they've just printed endless variations of the same exact thing. These have very competitive, very deck-oriented slight tweaks to allow the player this creative design around both their resource base and, you know, whether or not they want a truly aggressive deck through red cards, they want something slightly more defensive through blue, because does their defense change as well? No. So yeah, it's strictly their damage and their pitch from the looks of it, which is just an interesting design point that I really do like. Okay, so we have the deck for the main part, but I do have to make 3 cuts. So how I think we want to go about this is we want to look at contract. So for instance, this one says, you're contracted to banish an opponent's card with 2 or less defense. If you do it, you create a silver token. Now, in most circumstances, you can't control what card you banish. It's just the top card of the deck. So I think eliminating cards that have a too specific of a contract is what we're going to want. So for instance, Leave No Witness, while it does have a specific one, so you're contracted to banish an opponent's red card, it does also allow you to banish 1 card in their arsenal. So you've got like double the hit, plus you're banishing 2 cards. So it's sort of better. Plunder the Poor, contracted to banish an opponent's card with a cost 1 or less. So I feel like that is a bit obsolete, especially if you're against the majority of matchups. They're not going to be running 1 or less cards. Like Bravo, any of the Guardians, they're all extremely heavy costed. Same with Reiner. What is Reiner? I want to say Berserker, but I know that's not right. Anyway, the point is, I feel like that cost basis is way too... Sorry. The point is, I'm pretty sure that contract requirement is way too specific and is not really going to make the deck applicable all the way around. Go Again is a decent one because everyone loves to run Go Again. Slay the Scholars, a non-attack action card, I think is still valuable. A lot of people obviously have just normal action cards. We do have a few, I think. Yeah. Attack action cards definitely can stay. Cut to the chase, no. Eradicate. You're contracted to banish yellow cards, but it's fine when this hits. Banish X cards of the deck where X is the damage dealt by Eradicate. So Eradicate is a really good card we could sort of buff up with the generics I'm running. So I'm running Plunder Run, Captain's Call, and there was one other one, wasn't there? Doesn't look like it, no. But then we also have like Cut to the Chase. So we could get this damage really high and just mill their deck. Which I do like. I like mill cards. Contracted to banish opponent reaction cards. So this is another bad one because the amount of decks that actually have reactions is very, very small. There's not that many, and most of the time you don't run a huge number of them anyway, so the ability for this card to hit is not there, in my opinion, at the very least. Okay, so now we need one more card. So I'm probably just going to look for another generic buff for our abilities. Right, I think this should do. Where is it? Time Snap Potion. So destroy it, gain 2. Obviously, we have to pay 1 to put on the field. Actually, I'm curious about this. Because it's action, destroy, gain 2. So you really only gain 1 because you're spending an action to destroy it. So it's really just gain 1 action point over 2 turns. But it's still a card we can obviously put onto the field and then save for whenever we want to combo, X cards together. Because it does just give, any of our basic attack cards go again, which is something the assassin doesn't really have. So I think one of them should be fine. Alright, so this is the deck. And let's go find a game. Perfect. Found one straight away. I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter. I think we just want to start milling their deck. So going first is going to be better. Ooh. This does not look good. Play 2 is disconnected. Play 2 is disconnected. Yeah, unfortunately their hosting ability, I'm pretty sure is what it is not great. Well, I'll give it a little bit, see if the game runs, but I think this lobby is no good, unfortunately for them, with their internet connection. From just the looks of this. Able to submit 32 cards. That was their fault. Yeah. Anyway, I'll give it a little bit and we'll see. Yeah, it was no good. So, ended up creating my own little lobby. Obviously, the null room could be swapped out for something a bit better, but I think this just gives us a good all-round capability, no matter the matchup. Oh, we don't need them anyway, but it's oh well. Alright, so against Kassai, the Centauri Sellsword. Let's see if I can learn this deck on the fly. There's the cards if you're interested. Let's begin. Right, so what do we have? We've got Payday, we have Completed Contract, Sack the Shifty, and Eradicate. So Eradicate is obviously a card we want to save. We can use our Spider Bites, which is probably what we want. So we want to, all around, we want to pitch for 4, which we don't really have. We have way too much. So we'll just attack, and we will pitch, I guess, Shred to begin with. Although I might have wanted to play Shred. See if they defend. The whole idea is we still want them to block and defend, and then we can use our main attack for the turn. No, they didn't. Interesting. And we will just pitch Payday as well. And then sack the Shifty. Granted, they are very defensive from the looks of it, from the looks of their equipment cards. I think we're going to get smurfed. Sorry, I'm playing slow again. I always feel bad for the opponent. Okay, and then obviously sack the Shifty. We'll put Blade Runner to the bottom of the opponent's deck. Why? How? Sure. Because Blade Runner doesn't inherently have go again because it's a reaction, right? Is that our ability? Whenever you play... Yeah, there we go. And there you go, they are blocking. If only we had... Oh, I really should have kept Shred. Right? No. So what can we do? Whenever this hits, banish, nope. Whenever this hits, banish, nope. So, no good. Still, we're getting the durability on their weapons. I prefer Shred over Payday. Oh, I forgot to cancel. Oh, that's my arsenal. Okay, so we also have the ability to really defend. They're really going to start hitting with their weapons. It's if they hit, right? Yeah. No, it's just attacked. Anyway, so we can use all our equipment the same as them. Our whole process is to expend it and then bring it back to our hand. So I think we'll take the 1. And then their second attack is probably going to be the stronger one. Oh, they're using Blade Runner. Next weapon attack. There's still only 3, but then we do really need to block the next one. I could use Art of War, so to give +1 twice to something, so for 5. It's not horrible, because then we can just attack. I don't have any blue cards, so I might do that. And then we need to pitch. We'll be pitching Sack the Shifty. Okay, buff your attack action cards this turn. Thank you. Interesting, they undid it for me. I'm going to pass then. They're attacking again. Oops. I guess I take 7. I can't undo that. It's fine. Take 7. And then we'll try to swing for a big turn. Right, because this is... I can use this to go again. And I can use it to go again and draw 2 cards. And then hopefully we can swing into a really big turn. Sorry, opponent. Okay, so we probably want to play this first. And then we're using your next attack action card, going to go again, and banish an attack action card. So we will pitch Sack the Shifty, and we will take your next attack action go again, and banish. And the card we want to banish is Slay the Scholars, and we get Regicide. Whenever this hits a royal, they lose game. This is a really bad card to run. I don't know why I'm running it, to be honest. But we can attack. We can pitch Regicide. And then we can play Leave No Witness twice, or we could even Eradicate. I think we want to do Leave No Witness into Eradicate. What do we have to... Red cards. It's blue, so we do want to put it to the bottom of their deck. It's dealing 4. We can even Leave No Witness again, and then use our attack reactions. It's fine. Pass. Okay, and then Leave No Witness again. Driving Blade, is it red? So yes. See what they block with this time, and then we will finish with Eradicate, and hopefully we can do a decent amount of damage and banish, a handful of their cards, and really have a good swing turn. When it hits banish top card of their deck, destroy, gains go again. So no, but that's when it hits. So unfortunately, we can't do what I was thinking. It's fine. Pitch zone to the bottom. Definitely Sack the Shifty, then the other one. They're playing Spoils of War, gains +2, and they're attacking for 4. So we can't defend with any of them. But just take the 4. They do have a lot of blue cards, which is good. I think we block with that. They don't have anything to pitch for their other attack either. Oh, no, sorry, they pitched blue, so they did. I guess we take the 3. Depends on what I want to do. Probably Surgical Extraction into Cut to the Chase. Or into Eradicate. We'll just block. No, I think we want to attack into Eradicate. Okay, so we're playing that. We're pitching Cut to the Chase. Playing that. Pitching Surgical Extraction. And then we play Eradicate. Run through is yellow. Oh, it says it. That's really good. So we don't want to. Only doing 4, so they're probably going to block it again. which already shows to me that we need a bit more buffing power. So I need to cut out some attacks and increase like the damage we can do. Although we are chipping away with them with our weapons, so it's not too bad. Why wasn't it letting me do that? We don't have any tokens, so we can't really play cash in. So I might as well defend with it. They're going all in again. But they don't have anything to pitch. I'm confused. Right. No, I'm being very confused. Your second sword attack costs 1 less. This is another good thing, because I'm slowly learning. So ideally we want to play Surgical Extraction. Well, I guess no, we're only playing Time Snap Potion, so I can defend. I can unfortunately defend with both cards, and then give them this round. Dealing 2 extra. So we just play Time Snap Potion. Okay. What can we do next turn? That's a buff, that's good. We have 2 buffs. Annihilate. Attack action. So attack action is pretty useless. We probably want Rob the Rich. Then we also need stuff to pitch. So I kind of need to take the 2. Hopefully they don't have any reactions, and then I need to block the second one. Still, it's the next weapon, it's fine. Then I really need to block this next weapon. So it does 4. We can block for 3. I guess this cut to the chase. Do they have any buff? Nope. Okay. Ooh. So we need 1 to play that. Yeah, I need high pitch, it looks like. The contract banish opponent's tax checking card, blah blah blah. Because obviously we want to do like Rob the Rich into cut to the chase. Slice and dice. 2 or greater. So yes. They're not reacting. Interesting. How many silver tokens do we get? We only get 1. Gains go again, doesn't really matter. I guess we just use our mask. And I'm just going to put this in my arsenal, take the 4 since they're not blocking. And below, and on the bottom deck, if you do draw a card, it's fine. They're definitely just looking for a way to finish us. Is that right? I think I would rather have it in my hand. Anyway, so hit and run. 6, so we have to block it perfectly, which kind of sucks because then we only have 3. So I have to do like Captain's Call, cash in, pass. But they're most likely just going to win with their second hit. They have tons of copper. Okay. Obviously this is like a bait. Surely they have a way to pop it. No. But again, they're back to winning because they have the card economy. Just, it's so bad for us. Because obviously they're just going to continue to swing twice with each weapon. And I'm just going to run through my cards defending. Because they also already have the deck advantage, because they're expending less cards each turn to do what they need to do. Well, I guess we just continue. Attack with the second weapon. We have 3 and 3. It's just going to go round and round. So I'm going to do the polite thing, and I'm going to concede. Since it's just... I can probably just endlessly block. Yeah. And I'm also sorry. Anyway, good start. I will tweak the deck, and then we'll come back and we'll try Arakni again. Thanks for watching.